The story begins in a nursing home with an elderly woman, Soon, reminiscing about her life. She never imagined reaching 70 years old. On her birthday, she envisions herself by the ocean, calling out to her mother. Flashback to when 7-year-old Soon stood by the ocean, calling for her mother, a deep-sea diver who catches seafood to sell. Her mother's colleagues urge her to let her mother work. Soon's only friend, Gwan-sik, stays by her side. Set on Jeju Island, the story follows Gwang-rai, a haenyeo supporting her 3 children. Widowed, she now provides for her unemployed partner, Byong-cheol, while Soon, her daughter, lives with her late father's family, facing discrimination. She takes Soon home, strengthening their bond. Determined to keep Soon from becoming a haenyeo, Gwang-rai fights for her future. The post-war era's social hierarchy becomes evident when Soon wins the class vote for president, but the teacher awards the title to a general's son instead. Despite their bond, Soon refuses to marry Gwan-sik, but he jokingly dismisses the idea. Her mother, knowing her time is short, spends a final night with her, offering advice. She urges Soon to live with her grandmother and uncle for a better future. Soon cries herself to sleep. After her mother's funeral, Soon's stepfather convinces her to stay, delaying her departure with promises of education. She supports herself by selling vegetables, with Gwan-sik always by her side, helping and providing fish. Years pass, and at 18, Soon's life remains stable. Her grandmother, superstitious and controlling, warns Gwan-sik to stay away from Soon, fearing she will share her mother's fate. Despite the obstacles, Gwan-sik remains devoted, even retrieving Soon's lost shoe. Soon insists she will never marry a village man, especially Gwan-sik. She dreams of marrying a wealthy city man and becoming a novelist. Gwan-sik listens, amused, and asks if such a man will hold her hand as he does. She smiles, knowing the village believes their love is inevitable. Finally, Gwan-sik confesses his feelings, and Soon, having loved him all along, responds, "Finally a man!" Their love story, long anticipated, begins. The love story begins, but with it comes the real struggle. Families that can't stand each other. Before diving in, we jump to the future, where Soon is 59 years old. She has a son and a daughter, but her husband's identity remains unknown. She returns home, cheerful, until she opens a closet and is shocked to find her stepfather and his lover hiding. This is the first major betrayal in her life. The lover boldly claims they've had a long relationship and shouldn't hide anymore. Every day, Soon visits her grandmother, who welcomes her, but her uncle despises her, calling her bad luck. He refuses to support her education, saying their financial situation is too dire now that there's no working grandson. Soon demands the money her stepfather promised to save for her, but his lover sneers, revealing he's bankrupt and that their relationship was built on lies. Devastated, Soon realizes she's been swindled. Her uncle then hands her a job advertisement for a factory, offering 100,000 yuan a month. He expects her to work and send half her salary home, as she is the eldest granddaughter. When she refuses, he coldly reminds her she has no home or family to rely on. Desperate, Soon runs to Gwan-sik, her only friend, crying about how everyone has used her. She begs him to take her in. Seizing the moment, Gwan-sik recites a poem he memorized for her, promising never to leave her. Together, they decide to run away. Gwan-sik steals his grandmother's gold, while Soon takes her stepfather's lover's clothes and jewelry. Her sisters watch in silence, praying for her. Before escaping, Soon warns Gwan-sik that there's no turning back. If he isn't ready for this, he should leave now, but Gwan-sik reassures her. He's all in. They flee the village and board a boat to the city. The captain becomes suspicious of them, asking for IDs. Without them, Gwan-sik tries to bribe him with gold, but Soon confidently claims they are newlyweds. The captain, surprised by her boldness, lets them go. Upon arriving in the city, they try to sell the stolen gold, but the jeweler becomes suspicious. The pieces don't match, and among them is an expensive gold frog. Soon insists they are family heirlooms, but Gwan-sik cracks under pressure and admits they ran away. The jeweler refuses to buy anything and warns them to leave. With no money or ID, they find a small hotel. Soon spins another lie, claiming they were robbed on their honeymoon and need a place to stay. She even offers a silver ring in exchange. The owner refuses, suspecting them, and is about to report them to the police, until his wife emerges from the kitchen and tells them that she knows there are a lot of thefts in the city, and that because they are just arriving in the city for the first time, she needs to improve their city's reputation. She also tells them that she will give them that day without any money at all, and she takes the key and gives it to them, and her husband is upset, but she wants to help them, and Gwan-sik and Sonu go up to the room and are happy and feel that they are safe with this kind woman. At that moment, in the village, their families were able to discover the disaster they caused. Even though Hyun's wife had all her belongings and clothes stolen, she was happy and told her husband that she really admires Soon-won's personality. It is clear that she really does. She loves Gwan-sik and wishes she was that brave, because that was not the case at that time. Unlike her husband, who says that, as soon as the two of them feel hungry, they will return to the village again. But then everything will have changed and no one will accept to receive them. After a while, Gwan-sik's mother comes to quarrel with them, but when she finds out that Soon-won also ran away and thinks that they will both be together, she accepts it. The hotel owner brings food and drinks to Soon-won and Manu's room and tells them, this is a gift from the hotel because they are newlyweds, and she sits and talks with them for a while and tells them to take their time. At that time, Gwan-sik's mother took the first car heading to the city to look for her son. Yes, her mother-in-law wouldn't have let her stay at home if Gwan-sik didn't come back as soon as possible. The next day, Gwan-sik wakes up earlier than Swan, and when he wakes her up, he suddenly finds the room empty, with nothing in it. Their bags are gone, and there is no trace of their belongings. Moreover, the hotel owner slips a note under the door with their bill that they are supposed to pay, even though she told them that they would spend the day at their own expense. He believes her and goes down to ask the hotel owners. The man tells them that he didn't see anything, and his wife also says that she didn't see anything and that they came without bags at all. Even though the bags thing is important, they might report to the police and tell them that two people have run away from their families and booked a room at their place and also stole from them. They are both a gang that steals from people staying with them. The owner of the hotel and his wife Busi are very greedy and don't care about Soon-won's pleas. They even throw them out of the hotel and leave with nothing and don't know what to do. Even Busi's family's gold was stolen. After a while, they see a girl who also looks like she ran away from her family and goes to book a room at the hotel. They confirm that she will also be laughed at. They actually wait until at night, and we see that the owner of the hotel comes out to sit with her and brings her food and drink and tells her the same thing she said to Soon-won and Mung yesterday. The two of them they wait until night comes, and he jumps from ages, and they go to the girl's room, and he realizes that they are swindlers, and he makes her run away and leaves the light of her room on, and the hotel owners keep sitting waiting for her to turn off the light so they can get her strength. And when he loses hope that the girl will turn off the light, they get tired and they both go to sleep. And we see them hiding something, Soon-won and Gwan-sik, but Soon-won and Gwan-sik both stay hidden until he is sure that everyone in the hotel is asleep. And they go to the hotel owner's room, and they keep looking for their stuff. And when they don't find anything they can benefit from while they are going out, Soon-won doesn't respect herself and walks quietly. How come she finds a pebble in the hair of the hotel owner's daughter and tries to take it and wear it? And she actually wore it because at that time, the girl, she wakes up screaming and her father and mother get up, and Soon-won and Gwan-sik run all the way. But Busi, the hotel owner, who looks like a female spider, catches Soon-won and throws her to the ground and threatens Gwan-sik that if he doesn't bring back the thing he stole, she will finish Soon-won. And even her husband is holding on. He has a big mole on him. Of course, he will never abandon his beloved, and gathers all his strength and runs to the hotel owner and beats them up a respectable beating. Honestly, he deserved it at the time. Soon, Won also grabs the female spider by the hair and beats her up severely. At that moment, his mother arrived in the city and filed a report, and the whole police were looking for Gwan-sik and Sewon. Then, finally, Mama Gwan-sik comes and shakes their hands and asks about her golden frog and the things they stole. So he tells her everything. At that very moment, the hotel owner went to sell the jewelry she took from Soon-won's bag. And Won is lucky to go to the same jewelry store they went to as soon as they arrived in the city. But the shop owner sees the jewelry and immediately knows and tells her, the owner of the hotel, that she knows that she is lying. But the hotel owner keeps coughing and asks her to take them or not. So she takes them, but for a low price. The hotel owner goes from here and finds Mama Guansik in her hotel and swears an oath that she is walking. Every time a customer comes, she gets scared and says that they are swindlers and they stole her son's bag and her gold, and because of this, people run away. The hotel owner gets very upset and asks her to leave, but Mama Guansik tells her, "This is against me and my enemies. We don't have people who steal, especially because we are mean people, and the thief among us gets married." When the matter starts to reach the point of beating him, the police come and arrest the hotel owner because the jewelry store owner reported her. As soon as she saw Guansik and Sunwan sitting in the street not knowing what to do, she kept making fun of them and telling them, "May God punish you." Then Mama Guansik left the hotel victorious, and with her everything she was able to retrieve again, she takes the two children from their hands, and they go to the village. But Hyun was right, because no one accepts them returning to the village. Sunwan felt completely rejected by everyone, especially by her teacher, who handed her a paper and refused to acknowledge her. The entire village talked badly about her, claiming that she had seduced Guansik, the son of the most prestigious family in the village, and a genius swimmer who had won numerous medals. People were jealous that he was set to participate in the Olympics. When her grandmother and uncle arrived, they mocked, insulted, and cursed her, telling her that no one would ever agree to marry her after what had been said about her. Guansik's family treated him no differently. His father beat him, insulted him, and mocked him, while his grandmother, the fortune-teller, pretended to be dead, refusing to accept what he had done. His father called them both foolish, saying their actions would bring no good. As for Ae-soon, she had been expelled from school, and the village labeled her as a disgrace. Even if she had wanted to marry Guansik, it wouldn't have been possible, since she no longer belonged to their level. She had become an ignorant girl without a degree. Guansik, deeply upset, ran to Ae-soon's house. Upon confirming that she had indeed been expelled and was shunned by everyone, he was filled with anger and pleaded with her family to do something for her. However, her uncle refused to listen and drove him away. Meanwhile, the fortune-teller grandmother performed spells and rituals to keep Ae-soon away from Guansik. When Guansik's mother went to visit Ae-soon, she discovered that her uncle had locked her in the storeroom without food or water. The mother smiled kindly and spoke to Ae-soon, revealing that she, too, had once loved a man and had run away with him. They had secretly married, but over time, love faded, and her husband no longer tolerated her. She warned Ae-soon that they were still young and had much ahead of them. Just then, Guansik arrived to propose to Ae-soon formally. He pleaded with her uncle, promising never to mistreat her and to protect her, but her uncle dismissed him, stating that no one would marry her now. He challenged Guansik, questioning whether his family would accept such a marriage. Before Guansik could respond, Ae-soon emerged from the storeroom and coldly declared that she would never marry Guansik. She accused him and his family of being arrogant and claimed she would find someone richer and more attractive than him. Without another word, she locked herself back inside. Guansik was stunned, as he knew she loved him. A few days later, her uncle arranged a meeting with an older man, 15 years her senior. The suitor boasted about himself, displaying arrogance, rudeness, and a domineering attitude. He was divorced with 2 or 3 children, and merely wanted a young woman to care for them. He even mentioned having heard the village gossip about her and Guansik, but claimed he didn't mind, as he had already been married before. After the meeting, Ae-soon realized she was being forced into the worst phase of her life. Her uncle's wife insisted that this man was her best option, highlighting his wealth and ownership of many boats, promising her a comfortable life. But Ae-soon knew better. She saw through the lies and manipulation. Meanwhile, Guansik overheard villagers gossiping about Ae-soon's engagement. Enraged and heartbroken, he gathered a large amount of fish and went to her uncle's house, offering them in exchange for her hand in marriage. He tearfully begged them to let him marry her, insisting that he was not poor and could provide for her. He reminded them that the entire village had known for years about their love, and that separating them now was unfair. But her uncle bluntly told him that Ae-soon had agreed to the marriage, and there was nothing he could do. At that moment, Ae-soon was walking with her fiancé, who, as usual, spoke to her in a condescending and crude manner. She endured his insults, knowing she had no choice. Just then, Guansik appeared, furious, and shoved the man away from her. When the arrogant captain attempted to retaliate, Guan-sik punched him and took Ai-soon away. Guan-sik pleaded with her, asking why she was doing this. He assured her that he was ready to marry her, take her to the city, or go anywhere just to be with her. He vowed never to let her suffer, but to his shock, Ai-soon coldly told him that she didn't want him in her life. His presence made her miserable, and she insisted that if he left her alone, she would finally be at peace. Guan-sik, devastated by her words, recalled all their memories together, how he had always been there for her. He couldn't believe he had meant so much to her, yet she had hidden it so well. Heartbroken, he decided to leave forever. That night, Ai-soon spent hours crying and searching for the ring she had thrown away in the fields, realizing too late how much she truly loved him. Years later, Ai-soon sat with her daughter, reminiscing about her first love, Guan-sik. She told her about their memories together, how everything had unfolded, and the regrets that lingered in her heart. Meanwhile, Guan-sik's family bid their goodbyes. As he was leaving for the city to train for the Olympics, the fortune-teller and her son's wife remained bitter, having plotted against Guan-sik and Ai-soon from the very beginning. When Guan-sik's mother visited Ai-soon, she told her that staying with Guan-sik would only destroy his future. He was a brilliant swimmer with a promising career ahead, and Ai-soon's presence would only hold him back. Hearing this, Ai-soon chose to sacrifice her own happiness to protect Guan-sik's dreams. She decided to destroy her own life so that he could have a better one. When the ship carrying Guan-sik sailed away, he sat on the ground, crying like a child. He told his coach that he didn't care about sports, the Olympics, or the gold medal. The only reason he had pursued it all was for Ai-soon, because she had dreamed of leaving the village and living in the city. Despite the coach's encouragement, Guan-sik couldn't focus on anything except her. Meanwhile, Ai-soon was with her arrogant fiancé, who had arranged for a designer to create modern clothes for her to suit his status. He continued speaking to her in a degrading manner, treating her as if she were beneath him. She had had enough. She knew there was no comparison between him and Guan-sik. She confessed that she had agreed to this marriage, not out of love, but because she had no education, no home, and no other options. She begged him to help her find a job so that she could be independent, but he cruelly refused. Instead, he laughed and told her that when they married, she would work as his maid in exchange for food and shelter. At that moment, Ai-soon realized the depth of the mistake she had made, but Ai-soon knew there was no hope in reasoning with a man like him. The clock struck midnight, marking the moment Guan-sik's ship was meant to set sail. Desperation gripped her heart as she turned and ran, her breath hitching, her tears blinding her. She reached the docks just in time to see the ship moving further away, slipping through her fingers like a fading dream. Guan-sik's family watched from afar, relief washing over them. They had finally secured his future, keeping him safe so he could live the happy life they had always wished for him. But Hania knew better. The entire port echoed with Ai-soon's heartbreaking cries, her voice carrying across the waves as she called out for Guan-sik, her soul shattering with every sob. And Guan-sik heard her. From the deck of the ship, her cries reached him, cutting through the night like a blade to his heart. He rushed to the captain, begging him to turn back, but the captain only laughed, dismissing his pleas. "You won't die without her," he said. But Guan-sik wasn't so sure. With a determined glint in his eyes, he made his choice, one that would change everything. Before anyone could stop him, he leapt overboard. Gasps filled the air as the world seemed to freeze in place. The ocean embraced him in a cold grip, but he didn't care. He swam with everything he had, pushing against the waves, his only thought being to reach her, to hold her one last time. And then, at long last, he emerged from the water. Two trembling hands reached for him. Soon. Tears streamed down her face as she threw herself into his arms, holding on to him as if letting go would shatter her world once more. He held her just as tightly, their love defying time, fate, and even the sea itself. At that moment, nothing else mattered. Guan-sik held Ai-soon tightly, his heartbeat racing as if to make up for every second they had been apart. She clung to him, her sobs muffled against his soaked clothes, her fingers digging into his skin as if afraid he would slip away again. "I thought I lost you," she choked out between heavy breaths, her tears mixing with the salty sea air. "You never lost me," Guan-sik whispered, brushing the wet strands of hair from her face. I was always yours. But the world is never kind to lovers who challenge destiny. And that's where we leave them. For now, will fate allow their love to last, or is another storm waiting on the horizon? Find out in the next episode. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more thrilling recaps. See you soon.